If science, by definition, allows for more than one opinion, otherwise you merely have the will of one man, which is the basis of cult.
If it's not in frame, it doesn't exist.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, an illusion?
Where you been?
Drunk.
Wendy, darling, light of my life.
What's your one purpose in life?
To explode, of course.
I like death with sex. How about you, Casey? You like sex with death?
Yeah, so fuck off and die.
Yeah. Well, let's. You know what? We don't need a list right now, because we get to fall in the spicy.
I know
delicious
we're living
sauce of
in the
anime.
world of anime, which is frightening enough as it is. You know, we don't-
Yeah, really though. Yeah, this episode was.
to be fair. So this is
Or
the
this
Culta
movie.
Center Knowledge podcast. It's Jordan, and I'm Levi, but I think he's a figment of my dream as is, or I'm a figment of his dream.
I know.
One of the
Well,
two.
dude, and
I mean, that's
I
been the running
realized
joke, though, for a while.
that I like in this movie. Spoilers ahead forever, but
Always,
spoiler alert.
always.
It opens up in a dream, but then when we come out of the dream, it's Paprika is there with him, and she's kind of like the dream leader. And so I'm like, was it already? Were they?
You're
was like
right.
The dreams already? Were the dreams already taken over? Like, are we coming into the world where
You
the
are
dreams
ju-
have already been taken over?
You're
Are
jumping
we
into it,
already-
but you're right,
I
because
can't-
Paprika is the alter
it's-
ego of the Doctor. But when he wakes
yeah.
up in the hotel, Paprika's
with
in
him.
the hotel with him, but she couldn't be because she doesn't actually exist.
She took the DC Mini off.
Yeah.
Thus should break the illusion.
Every
but I don't quite-
scene.
maybe there's
I
like
don't
a
know.
fog. I don't
well,
know.
This
I know.
movie's
I mean,
confusing
I don't know.
because I guess they do see Paprika in glimpses of the real world because of like,
Oh.
just it's like attached to their
Well-
consciousness. But like, I don't know.
I thought it was always when she sees her alter ego. So the Doctor sees her alter ego.
Other people
but
would
when
see it
other
too.
people. No. But when other people see it, it's because the dreams have already the guy hacked them.
It's like
already.
infected them, yeah,
But
right?
I
Like
don't
in their
know.
daily
yeah.
life.
So that's, I don't know. I don't know.
So
Why don't you tell me?
There's gonna be a lot of this. I feel like that's a. If you're excited to watch two dudes just be like, and I think that this is how that happened. I guess fuck it. That's how a lot of this conversation is probably gonna go. Because today, obviously, I mean, you clicked on the thing. We're doing Anime Month, which I'm excited. We've been talking about it for a while. I'll preamble like you're the anime guy, the two of us for sure. I've never been super into anime, though I appreciate quite a bit of it, and I like the movies, and so I'm glad we're doing the movies because they feel a little more concise generally. Not this one necessarily, but a lot of my biggest problem with anime is a lot of it is it just runs wild. But when you got to do it in 90 to 120 minutes, it's like a lot of times it's like a little tighter. But this movie, so we started and we're watching Paprika first. From Satoshi Kon, if I'm saying that right, I hope.
Yeah. Which is he's like legendary. Like we've been trying to watch Perfect Blue on this.
Right.
On this.
We
this,
probably won't
podcast.
watch it this month now that we've already watched one of his movies, but
Yeah.
maybe we'll just have to, because I really want to watch a couple of his other ones. I've seen like a part of Paranoia Agent and like a part of Godfathers of Tokyo. I think it's like a scene from that.
Paranoia Agent is a masterpiece.
That's like
I
a
love
mini.
it. I
That's
love
like
it.
a. It's like a miniseries kind of though, right? But
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's I don't even know, maybe 13 episodes. But
I watched like some of it with Zach, and I'm like, this is cool because Zach K.
Yeah.
Shout out. I mean, I don't know if he listens to this, but if you do, what's up, dude? He was the one that originally was like, you should watch Paprika back in the day, because when we were making Dreamer, I was like trying to explain Dreamer to him because I was like, back then I was like obsessed with dreams too, and like, the unconscious mind and
a
everything.
Machine that could read
Record dreams, and he's like, you should watch Paprika, and so that's when it got on my radar, is all the way back then. And then since then I had watched Perfect Blue, and I was like, oh, Perfect Blue is fucking awesome. And then so I was looking forward to watching this, so I'm glad it won, even though I voted for Vampire Hunter D. Just because I don't know.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's a provocative title.
It's already on the Plex, and I've watched like a scene of it, but anyway.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad that this won though, because I have seen this movie back in 2006, and I don't. I pretty
you
much only
dreamt
remember
you
the
saw
parade.
it. Yeah, you dreamt you saw
really,
it because this movie feels like a daydream, like a fever dream. Honestly, like it feels like that to me anyway.
But I think it has like watching it. It has very coherent character development. It's great.
Oh sure, yeah.
But it is like I think it's a deluge of really tight anime. And so, like, I just think it like kind of overwhelms the senses. In
I agree.
Such a delightful and such a like psychological way.
I don't think it's that coherent, but it's like by design that it's supposed to be kind of not.
I mean, I don't know.
I would say it's like
we'll get into it.
Lynchian in the way that it uses themes, but with more whimsy, right? That comes with anime is how I would kind of describe it. It's like if David Lynch was like also trying to like make movies that like his kids would also enjoy and not fuck them up for life, it's like it would be more like Satoshi Kon kind of, or this one anyway. But so I might need help getting through the synopsis because I struggled and I've had a little drink, so.
Yeah, you've been baking in the sun for like 7 hours.
I've been at the lake all day, and I'm dedicated to this podcast though. So, and I didn't get a sunburn this time, thank God. So, I like triple layered.
It's all the tannins in the Bud Light that really helps. It helps protect the skin
for sure. So, I don't know any of the characters' names, so I'm just gonna anyway.
Sure.
This detective, right? He's having
Paprika.
like PTSD and like having these reoccurring dreams of paranoia of like what seems to be a shooting that he's done on the job. Potentially he and Paprika, who is like, we find out later, I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but she's like the alter ego of a therapist that basically like helps people through their dreams and is like the dream magnet. So there's a machine, the MD Mini, that people have developed this technology to kind of like jump into people's dreams and help them. And it's supposed to be used as like a tool to help people with mental health. But someone else has got the hang on of it other than the scientist who's also Paprika. She's doing it. She's not doing it like she's not supposed to be doing it. But someone else also has it other than her that's like being deemed a terrorist.
All right.
It is.
All right. Yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
There's another
so,
person that's deemed a terrorist.
That other person. Okay, so there are 3 titular scientists that have created the DC Mini, and one is a large gentleman. He's the genius behind it, and one is the main character, the woman who also like
she's Paprika.
Paprika is supposed to be like a. Well, it's a fail-safe too, like a program basically for the DC Mini, But since it's
it's
controlling
not
dreams,
her.
It kind of
it's like a facsimile of her, but it's like its own thing.
Of her, yeah, and she takes on this like completely alter ego, which narratively that works for her. But anyways, so it's like there's those 2 scientists, and then the third scientist is an older gentleman. He's like the head scientist of them, essentially.
He's like the project leader, where it's like he's the leader of the group, but not the whole thing, right?
But then there's a wheelchair bound, like stodgy old, like kind of money man. He controls the company, and so he's like, oh, you hotshot scientists are crazy, and he's like, you created this thing that can go out of control, and they're like, it won't go out of control, except one of the partners of the big guy who's like the genius, his partner who was creating it with him, he stole it. So he was the one who like stole it, and he was going to use it for something. I can't quite remember exactly.
That's the setup, it wasn't even. It turns out it wasn't even him. Like
it wasn't even him, right? Exactly. So that is like the beginning. The beginning of the narrative is like you find out that he stole it, but then it got stolen again from him, and he was a patsy. Unfortunately,
it's sort of a mess because as it goes, it's like. Like not like necessarily in it, but like the fucking dream reality starts leaking into the subconscious of people who've like worked on the program. So you got like scientists, like the main like fucking chief old guy. He jumps out a window, but you also got other people in the building like hurting themselves because they can't like their brains are getting taken over by like they can't differentiate between what's a dream and what's not. So it's like. It's playing with the ideas of like not only manipulating dreams, but like dream versus reality, but also like the subconscious and the collective subconscious. Like it all kind of
And that-
bleeds together.
And that's what that's what they keep calling like the detective now that who's involved in this, like who's kind of he's like working with them. It's kind of weird because it's like
he's like a
starts working with them
patient, but also
because-
like
he starts working with them because they're like, oh no, the DC Mini went missing. Coincidentally, you were getting therapy using the DC Mini. Now you're kind of part of this case, and he's like, he's tormented with like, it's a case that he was working on of a murder, and he couldn't solve it, and then interwoven with that is like his character growth. He's starting to like remember a friend of his from high school or whatever, college, where like they made a movie together and that person died, and now he has this like all this guilt wrapped up in that, and he's trying to like kind of
right.
like
He's the one that's
parse
got
that
the
out between-
development, right? He's like, I don't like
Yeah.
movies anymore because it's like attached to his trauma and everything.
right
And,
exactly.
But
And so
they
interwoven
eventually
with that,
it goes along.
you
and
find
they,
out that the head guy, the one who owns the company or whatever, wheelchair bound guy, you find out that he was like the main baddie who stole the DC Mini and started corrupting everyone so that he could
Well-
take everyone into a dream world so that he could be like,
godlike,
quote
essentially.
unquote godlike and quote unquote whole, and
Well,
like
and there's the
his-
other
yeah,
guy that I'm not exactly
Oh.
sure his role, but
I
he's
know.
like the
he's just
he's-
a patsy.
well, he's like the vice president or something. Like he's a big corporate dude that is also in on
Yeah.
the like stealing
And he
it
loves
and-
he loves the Paprika / whatever her real name is. I can't remember.
yeah,
and so he like
yeah, whatever the scientist.
yeah, the scientist or the main girl, and like so that's kind of his subplot. Is
It
like
goes.
that's like B plot where he like he's also in on it because he's like, I love her, but then the main bad guy is like, I want to kill everybody,
Yeah,
and he's like,
Pap-
oh no,
Paprika
I got used.
gets like, see, that's what I'm talking about. We can
then-
barely describe this movie, and that's how I felt
Well,
watching it, kind of. But-
yeah, right. But it's like it's weird because watching it is like to me it felt like it is coherent and linear, but it's like there's just like they're jumping. I mean, it's like let's the main like correlation would be like Inception.
The-
It is
sure.
They just keep jumping.
The plot
between, like
didn't feel that
levels.
important. It felt like they wanted to make a show,
It's a
but
very
then they're
simple
like,
plot, yeah.
let's trim it down, and it's more about like the animation and the atmosphere, right? Which totally,
Right.
because the animation
Yeah.
is great. So it's like the main guy. You find out it's the main CEO, and then like the vice president guy or whatever. After he like sexually assaults Paprika, and
Yeah, right.
then the guy tries to become godlike, and like the dream reality spells out into the town, and like other people are like, it starts
Right. So
corrupting
now
everyone.
it's in the real world.
Yeah, it starts
where
like
this
kind of
dream is
corrupting
really,
and
like,
everything.
Yeah, and
And
then Paprika gets
they
to
team
be
up.
reborn.
She breaks.
kill-
Yeah, she
kill the
breaks.
guy.
I forget
She
the
slurps him up like a noodle.
the big scientist who's like stuck in the robot. Like she snaps him out of it. She
Yeah.
breaks him, and she helps. In them defeating it. And it also helps the detective, the movie ends actually quite good, where it's like, because he was like, I hate movies, even though I actually really love movies, and here's why. And it's like,
Yeah.
he's the one with actual character development like that. And at the end of the movie, he goes and sees a movie. That's how it ends, which is nice. Where he's like, one ticket, please. Anyway.
I know. Well, it's great, and it actually it's a gut punch if you know IRL. The director Khan, he freaking died. he died after this movie. He died. Well, he died in 2010.
Yeah.
And he was working on that. So the quote unquote fictitious movie in Paprika that he's gonna go see, which I wrote down, the Dreaming Machine, I think, right, is what it's called. That was a real movie he was working on, and it's never been released because he died before he finished it. And so, like,
too bad.
I'm like, oh man, yeah, it'd be crazy to see that movie because I don't know, I love his films, and the fact that I haven't seen Perfect Blue, I'm like, I'm slacking. I'm also not really a big anime movie guy either. Like, I love them, they're great, but it's like I watch a lot more series, and so I don't know. That's what I enjoy about doing this podcast. Is like we get to watch. I get to like kind of catch up on some old anime films that I haven't seen. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this movie is great, dude. What was your first impression?
I was disappointed. I did not really
Oh.
like this movie that much, to be honest.
Really? Okay.
So I appreciate it, and I obviously really like. There's no denying the spectacle. Like, the animation was beautiful, and the score and the music and everything was also beautiful.
Dude, the music's so good.
It was edited very well. The maybe we'll have a brief conversation about like English dub versus Japanese dub, but the dub was not that great, which is fine. I mean, that's, take it or leave it, here or there. You know what I mean? It's no Studio Ghibli. Like, I don't know, they crushed their dubs, but
yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I was really interested in this for a while, and I did really appreciate like what they were doing. You know what I mean? And I got like the premise, and it was very much, I don't know. I was having a hard time staying with it. You know what I mean? Throughout. And so I found myself like getting impatient with it, because I felt like after the first 30 minutes, I kind of like, I get it. And I kind of seen everything that's going on. And you've set up this mystery, because the first 30 minutes definitely feel like it's like a conspiracy thriller, like
it's
a little
it's
bit.
So good, dude. I love this movie. But like
the
when
first
she's,
30 minutes
when
are
she's
great.
like when she's like hunting down the doll and she goes to jump the fence, and then it's like she's
Yeah,
jumping off
that's
the
awesome.
balcony.
Yeah,
That is
awesome.
so good. Like that. Yeah,
And
yeah. I know what you're saying.
I was there
The first
for
half
it.
is
Yeah,
actually stronger. I feel like than.
Well, the second half,
kind of the ending fight scene.
I
is
knew it's fine, but it like, I knew where it was kind of gonna go off the rails, but it just like, I don't know, movies that are very much like trying to be so surreal and about dreams and about like the weird nature of like the id and the ego and like the collective unconscious, which is like this movie felt like it was trying to speak about. I think inherently that always kind of becomes messy in a way. Like, I get what they were going for. I think it was kind of messy.
It's like a time travel movie. Like,
you
always kind of have to ignore the rules a little bit.
Exactly. Like, I don't think it's a
see,
problem. I think, the type of movie that it is makes it inherently a little messy, like by design. Like I said, it's like the surrealism of like a Lynch movie. I would never say that it's just like what they did was wrong and therefore it's bad. I don't think it's bad in any way. I just I found myself getting frustrated with it as it went on, because it kept like I was trying to understand the symbolism of like the parade, and like, okay, they're fixating on this instead of like when they went crazy with it and like the set pieces, I was like there for it, because I was like, okay, obviously they're getting fucking wacky with the animation, which is what all these that's like the thing that Inception is missing, and like all these dream movies, they're like about that. It's like, these are dreams, dude. So this like captured, that's what I'm saying. The messiness that frustrated me was by design, because it's like dreams are half forgotten. There's like a tangent, a thing. It like transfers dramatically from like one weird thing, then you fixate on it and it changes the whole vibe. Like this movie felt like a dream. And so in that, I felt like it was a huge success. But as watching it, I did find myself like, as it went on, like at the 45-minute hour mark, I was like, this movie feels like it feels like 2.5 hours, even though it's only 90 minutes. Like, I was just like, okay, like what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like, I know we're having fun and being experimental, but it's like, it's set up so much plot and exposition at the beginning that I was ready for like more of a like structured, and then it went off the rails, which is fine. But I did I don't know, I kind of struggled to care after a while. You know what I mean? But it brought it back around. Like, honestly, it ended pretty good. The detective, I was glad they kind of wrapped his like, because his arc seemed like pretty good, and I like how it ended with him, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this is technically my second watch, but it felt, as I'm watching it, I was kind of like, I kept like watching the scene and being like, oh yeah, I remember that. Like, I remember like what was just about
you
to
just
happen
dreamt
afterwards,
you watched it, dude.
I know, yeah. But I think for me on this watch, I was able to really appreciate the pace, the editing and the pace of this
Editing was really good.
So
It was.
solid. Like, I know what you're saying. If I think this is, watch it again.
I don't think it's
in like.
I actually would watch this again.
In like
That's the thing.
A
It's like
year, you gotta watch it again
I
because I
feel-
know for a fact you'll be like, oh, this is coming up, and I love it. But then you'll be like, oh, the moments where they get to like, he just gets to sit there, and you get to like, you can relish like just like the ice ball in his whiskey, and like it's so there's so many beautiful details
of the
just
problems
have
I had with it.
really good
are
writing.
My problems, right? Like that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't think it's like a problem with the movie. It's like most of the problems I had were just like the not expectations going into the film, because I did have some expectations. Like I knew it was like trippy and dreamy and all that, but it's like when movies, I like it when they do this, but it's not always a hit. When it's like the setup of the movie, like the first third sets it up, and then this movie like it sets it up, but then it doesn't really go a way I was expecting it to go, and so it like threw me in a way that wasn't like necessarily good for me in this viewing. But like that's what would I agree, like that's probably what would make it so good for a rewatch, is because we've talked about this before, where it's like rewatches of movies where it's like you kind of know where it's gonna go, changes the viewing, and you kind of like pick up, oh, like it was always hinting at going that direction in the first place. I just never caught it the first time or whatever, right?
I think that's
I can feel
that's
that.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, I can feel
It
that
is.
in this. You know what I mean?
That's why I think like this movie, it feels incoherent because the first time you watch it, you are processing so much. Yeah,
I wouldn't even say incoherent, but it's just like
sure, right? But like it's not linear. There's like and like you said, I do agree. Watching it this time, also, I was like, oh, I know how it ends, and I know it's coming up, but like, I kind of wish that like the first half, that it almost was like a little bit more like traditional detective-y, that then it would get off the rails. Like I feel like it was like it starts off the rails and then watching this again, Paprika kind of bothered me because like in our synopsis, we couldn't really, does she exist at all times? And it's like it's just kind of like we're seeing the main character hide behind Paprika, and that's her character development, is when she finally lets go and is able to be like, I'm going to focus on my romantic relationship, and so it's like not in focus on myself and whatever, and so it's like Paprika kind of goes to the back burner, but it's like, was she there the whole time? It's kind of, I don't know.
She does feel like sometimes the scientist is Paprika, but a lot of the times it's like Paprika is her own entity that like is a facsimile of her, it's like you make a persona for yourself on the internet, and then like that persona sort of takes a life of its own on, and that's what like it felt like Paprika was, where it's just like sometimes you are that persona, but also sometimes that persona kind of has a life of its own, and that's definitely
I wish
what
her
it felt like
that
to me.
rule. I wish that rule worked a little bit better.
I didn't realize it was her until quite a ways into it, and then I was like, oh, like it actually is just her. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, that's right. I still kind of like, that's why I say I equate it to like kind of a computer program, because that's kind of the vibe with this. It's like it's dreams, so it's like it's this like it, and that and then for me, that, and you too also, you love the theory of dreams and just dreaming in general. I mean, I think any dreaming entity in the world is like fascinated by what dreams are, and if they mean anything, you want to like if you want to parse it together.
If you don't care about dreams,
chaos.
it's because you don't dream.
And which like if you don't dream, I'm sorry for you, because dreams rock, and so I think that like this movie does dreams so well with like having just the like incoherent speak, and then like a character does an action, and it's like that's the thing about this movie. I never know when it's like, are we in a dream world? Is it like getting hacked, or like, has it been hacked from the beginning?
Well, that's
that's like, like, are we already in this story, and the story's already been going, for a couple days, and now we're like, because I think it is, because like when they do the detective work, you find his shut-in hovel that's full of all the like robot toys and all the toys, and his face is cut out of the picture and stuff, and it's like, that's the character. And it's like that's been happening for weeks, or at least.
That's what I like about. I mean, I've talked about this a little bit before, where it's just like a lot of times in movies, people are always trying to be like decipher, especially trippy movies like Fight Club and things like that, where people are like, what was real, what wasn't real, and like draw this line. And I think a lot of people want that clarity. But the beautiful thing about art and like film specifically is that you can mix these together to like get an idea across, where it's just like, it doesn't matter if there's like what's real, what's not real. It's like the lines are very fucking flimsy. And so it's not for you to decide. And it's just like, this feels like that. And obviously by having the chance to use animation, they could go fucking hog wild with it.
Right.
But
and that's the thing,
like,
that like
the blurring of the lines constantly. And it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, it doesn't matter, I think, what's real and what's not real. There's not like any bombshell where it's just like, holy shit, that was in his head. It's just like, this whole movie is like, what even is reality? You know what I mean? At the same time, it's like, at a certain point, if it bleeds together and it becomes real for all of us, is there even a fucking difference? You know what I mean? And that's what I've always been interested in. I mean, the original of my script was originally trying to be about that. But fucking, I don't know. Like, especially when it becomes into like the back half, the like collective unconsciousness vibe I got, where it was like, suddenly the parade like was in the real world, and the shot of like all those businessmen just like fucking diving off the roof.
Oh, dude,
so
like
good.
giving like a wave and doing like the like synchronized swimming dive.
Yeah, exactly.
The
synchronized swim.
And that's where I'm like.
But it's that imagery.
And the fact that, dude, I'm gonna have to.
Is the most.
I'm gonna have to knock.
Right.
I'm gonna have to like punch down for a second here. Your wife does not like anime.
No.
Which
she saw like one section of this as she walked by, and she's like, Jesus
threw up.
Christ. Yeah, she's like, what are you watching?
Yeah.
And of course, it's the part when the guy's like fondling her fucking titties.
Oh, no, wait, it was that scene? Oh, that's like the worst part.
It was like right after that, but I was like, I'm like, the movie's not like this. This actually feels kind of weird.
Right. Yeah, I know. Right. That was such a like. Well, that's what I love about this movie, though, is like there are little bits where it's like super, super serious and super dark, and that's what I'm just like. I don't know, man. How can you? I guess it's like I'm deep in the sauce, so I love anime. So it's like I'm just like, how can you not like anime? Like what this movie can accomplish?
Yeah,
like it's like you can't accomplish this in any other medium.
It was
like when we
so
talk about stop motion being the best,
and it looks so.
I love stop motion because it has its own style, and I think what you can do with stop motion is amazing. But like what you can do in this like this medium is beautiful, and it really is. It's like it's one of those things where like you make like Inception is the closest thing that we've got to this that's like a real life film that I can think of off the top of my head, that's very similar to this. This has been, dreams have been done before. Like even Eternal Sunshine is like in the same realm, of this.
Say,
and like it does. And I actually I kind of like it's more like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind in the way of how a dream works and like how memory is getting like erased and you're trying to grasp on to what's happening. That works a little bit better. But then some of like the dream reality of Inception is here too, where it's like different levels, of this. Like I love how in this movie the safe place in this movie is the internet. When you go to that cafe, the Radio Club or whatever, I think it's called the Radio Club. It's like you can go in there and like you're not in a dream anymore, but I mean you are technically because you're still kind of in this dream world. But it's like you're in the internet now. Like he does it at his desk at his office, but then he's like he's in it. So it was really cool how they would do that. They would take it from like a really surreal dream and then kind of ground it a little bit. It started
like there was, like you say, there's like clear divisions early on, but those divisions slowly melt away, right? And it's like I think because the biggest triumph I would say of this movie is just how fucking creative it is. It is like unimaginably creative in its presentation, in its animation, in its like storytelling, like everything. And I think it's sort of a double-edged sword because it's like because of that, like these live action movies like Eternal Sunshine and Inception or whatever that kind of deal with similar things, like they have to be more grounded. And it's like this just is allowed to go completely fucking all the way, because with animation, if you can imagine it and you can draw it, you can make it. You know what I mean? And so it's just like it goes, you write this movie with the intention that it's going to be animated. It's like anything can happen. You know what I mean? And I think that's like, we always talk about like limitations, like breeding genius. And it's like the genius on display here, I think, is undeniable. And there's no reason why that's obviously why this is a like cult favorite and everything. But it's like, I think it's because of that. It's like so unfiltered. It might be just a bit to its detriment. Only if you're looking for something that's like a nice, cute package, which is not necessarily the case. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily need that. And so I'm fine with it.
I get what you're saying though. There are times where like it would be interesting to see this, like I was saying earlier, like as kind of a more like standard narrative. Like I'm wondering if that's how Perfect Blue is. Like you've seen that. Does it have like
a
the
bit
same
more
kind of
quite
like,
a lot more like it is? It plays with it in
grounded,
a weird
right?
way, but it's more about, and having seen a couple of the Satoshi Kon's movies now makes me realize like he does have a like an interest or a fascination of telling stories that are about like your own perception and like kind of lying to yourself and kind of like, you know, like, and I think that's what's interesting about this is because it's like, again, we don't really know what reality even fucking is, and reality is perception, and your perception can be completely different than my perception. And if I can convince myself that my perception is different, then does that change reality, right? And this movie plays with that. Perfect Blue plays with that. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, pretty sure Paranoia Agent plays with that a little bit.
Yeah,
from what I've seen. And so it's just like, that is interesting. This seems like him all gas, though. And again, that's not a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing, but I think what
I love it. I think this movie's, I mean, you know, close to. We've been throwing masterpiece around a lot lately for other movies, and it's like I would say that this is a master at his peak. This is somebody. Sure. This is somebody who like, and this is a tragedy, man. It's like crazy that like
it is.
He'd still be making films, you know, to this day. It's like
too bad. And his voice. Like, I really want to watch the rest of his stuff because it's clear that he has a very specific vision for what he creates. You know what I mean? Like, it does feel, and from what I've seen of his, even though it's like animation and everything, it's like it feels distinctly his style. You know what I mean? Like, I can feel it. And it's not just in the way, it's not like when you see a director necessarily that's like, oh, this shot is like, you know, a Quentin Tarantino movie when you see one just because like the way it's shot and the dialogue and everything.
Yeah.
Like this does feel like inherently like that. I don't know. Like it's got a very cohesive vision.
His
vision's
there.
I
like Studio
100%
Ghibli,
respect that. Oh, sure. Yeah. And so, you know, I'm not looking for anything.
It was funny.
Super concise like that. But.
Yeah, right. As we were watching this, Victoria's like, this looks and feels, the soundtrack, the writing, she's like, it feels just like Paranoia Agent. And I'm like, oh yeah, it really does. And then I'm not sure if he did that. And then we looked it up and I was like, oh, of course, yeah, okay, cool.
Nice.
So like, it's great that, you know, he doesn't have like a large library, but it's like,
it's funny. I was
excited to watch his
other
talking
films. To my Kylie Land and my sister and them today. And if you're listening, hello, I love you. Guys, but they randomly,
you guys rock.
I brought up today that I was like, fuck, I'm like at the beach drinking, and I'm like, I gotta go do the podcast tonight. I can't get too crazy. And they're like, oh, what movie are you doing? I was like, oh, Paprika. And they're like, that's so weird because they were just at a friend's house like yesterday, and he has like a buttload of DVDs. And they're like, hey, yeah, let's borrow a movie. And he just gave them Paprika to borrow, like on DVD, like yesterday. And so they're like, what the fuck?
That's the dream world.
That's the dream, right?
That is the crazy. Those are those coincidences.
I told them, I said, hurry and go home and watch it because we're gonna do the podcast. So.
Yeah, well now they get to listen to it when the podcast comes out. You guys, it's awesome. How'd you like it? Did you get stuck in a DC Mini? Are you guys okay?
I might be in a DC Mini now.
I know, dude. You don't know, man. It's like we could be laying down on a fucking slab right now with DC minis. Nobody even knows because they put one on a corpse in this movie. And
That's true, right? You know what I kept waiting for though? So it's just like in my mind, I thought this was because I've seen like the posters, I've seen like a couple things over the years. So I should have guessed that it was like a more quote unquote mature, but I saw there was rated R, and because I was gonna watch it with my kids, and I obviously don't really care that much about that because I'm a terrible dad, but.
Sure.
I was going to watch it with my kids because they actually like anime quite a lot. My son really likes the style. He gets sucked into like any anime.
Yeah.
And like we watched
This is rated R like There Will Be Blood is rated
That's what I'm saying though.
not.
I was watching it because like I'm not going to spoil for you because you haven't seen it yet. Is for Perfect Blue, but Perfect Blue has some intense moments that are rated R for sure.
Right. It's like, isn't it about like a murderer? Like it's a serial killer?
Yeah,
right?
kind of. Yeah, kind of.
Kind of, right?
And yes. But so I was waiting. I was like, oh, there's going to be some weird, trippy, surreal dream shit in this that's going to be like fucked up. So the whole time I was like waiting. I was like, oh shit, she's with all the dolls on the parade with the emperor, like because those scenes were like kind of unsettling as is.
Right. And they're in like the squat house that's like with all the dolls shaking and like it's dark.
It
and,
is
like,
unsettling.
It
is unsettling for sure.
It's kind of like Silence of the Lambs style where it's like you're waiting for something around the corner. But,
well, and that's how dreams are too. A lot of the times, you know what I mean. It's like this movie captured the dreams, but I kept waiting for that fucked up thing to drop, and then it like didn't until that scene where he's like got her pinned up like the butterfly. And he just like melts his hand through her crotch and splits her open. And she's all nude in there, and he's like, and I'm like, okay, so here's why it's rated R, which is pretty gross and slimy, but it's like not so bad. Like it doesn't feel like R rated to me. But also, I was like, does this? I don't know. I'm like, why is this here? Like I
know, yeah.
It did kind of fit, but I'm also like, it could have been fine without it.
Well.
And PG.
I think that's the thing. This movie, it's like it only focuses on like 3 characters, and so like that character, I didn't know his motives until after the movie, and I was watching
He's like obsessed with her,
essay.
Right?
Yeah, and it's like I'm like as they're talking about it in the video essay, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess okay, I see that he likes her because it's kind of like a lot of people do, through this movie. That's kind of a theme is like. She's sexualized a little bit, even though she's like bookish and stuff. And then it's refreshing to find that like, she's like, oh, I like the fat guy. And so,
dude, you know how that's why I just wanted to mention that it's like, that's who was sexualized is the fucking fat inventor.
I know.
Him being fat was his entire personality for the first while. I'm like, they probably had so much fun drawing him because he did look fun, but I was just like, no fat. Like, I know a lot of fat people. All right, I look like Like, I'm pretty fat myself, but like,
who are we talking about?
This guy's got a tire.
You're looking at one, bud.
This guy's got a tire around his neck, and the way he's animated is just like
I know.
He's just gelatinous, and it's absurd. It's so absurd.
And that's what's great though. It's like pushing those boundaries in anime is great, and like the one thing though is like unrealistic is like he bends over at one point, like squats down and picks up the DC Mini, and I was like, he's far too large to be to be that mobile. He's more nimble on his feet.
He didn't even like like as he did it.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Just, and that might be the dub though. Who knows? Because the dub seemed was a. Did you watch the English dub?
Okay, so
that
I watched the first half until like it's like they're in the parade. There's a point in the parade where like the main old scientist guy is kind of like losing his mind, and like
that part's good. And he inflates above the clouds and pops.
Yeah,
and the
right.
dog's
and that's
just
gotta be like, yeah, right. That's probably the first like 30 minutes or something.
Yeah,
25.
It's probably 30
and so, I watched that it was weird. So we watched that upstairs here at this house on some streaming platform. I can't remember.
It's like
and it just played it.
Yeah.
And probably Tubi, yeah. And it just played it natural or whatever, quote unquote, with subs. And so like I'm watching it, it's got original voice acting, and it's great, and I'm vibing with it. But then we come downstairs and we watch it on Plex, and Plex is dubbed. It just starts the movie dubbed. already, and so I was like, well, I'm not gonna. If anyone out there in podcast land has ever used Plex, you know how finicky it is to change
Subtitles
any setting,
any
to get
audio,
subtitles,
like,
to change
channels,
a setting,
yeah.
anything. It's a nightmare. So I just was like, well, I'm not a purist. I don't care. Like we've said before, all anime is dubbed no matter what. So it's
That's my thing. Some people
that's-
were like, "Ew, this is in English, you fucking peasant." And I'm like,
but
it's all dubbed.
To
Like,
their,
I am
to their
I am-
to their argument though, there are dubs. Like you said, this dub I didn't like it, and it's probably because I got used to the characters in the original, and so I watched this again.
It wasn't great.
But I also was like, yeah, it's not very much affect, and like there was just kind of it felt flat.
A couple of the
and then-
characters were just reading a fucking script. You know what I mean? It definitely felt like it.
Yeah, and so
But when it comes to
was
anime,
a bummer, but-
I'm here. I want to watch the anime. Like, I will defend. Like, I am so against dubs and live action. Like, so against it. I want to see the original live action
100%.
performance from the performer's native
dude,
tongue.
Netflix has been doing dubs on every
Hate
single
it.
show
Hate
ever,
it.
and they're bad, dude. They're AI. They've got to be like, there's
gotta
no
be,
way.
yeah.
Or it's some guy in like Bangladesh, and it's like 5 people who just do
Maybe.
every single Netflix
Yeah.
movie because it's like they are bad. They are bad.
But when it comes to animation, like we said, it's already dubbed, and most of the time, the Japanese dub doesn't even match the mouth movements or anything. So it's like you're getting trading one performance for another. You're not superimposing a performance onto someone else's performance, which is what a live action dub is. But like an animation dub, I'm like, I fucking just prefer English. I prefer whatever the better dub is. That's going to be more emotive.
Yeah.
And so, and obviously, I will try English first if I have it available, just because that's my native tongue, and I don't have to be as distracted watching it, and I can pay more attention to the animation. Even though I watch everything with subtitles anyway, but you know what I'm saying. So I am interested next time, if I do ever watch this again, and next time I'm gonna try the Japanese dub to see how it is, because it's like I forget the super fat scientist inventor, who I actually really liked his character quite a bit. I'm sad he kind of quit being in it once he got sucked into the dream world a little bit.
Right. Yeah. He got taken over.
But like his English character, I'm like, can you even just sound like a fat guy? You sound like an 18-year-old just dude. Like, you're not winded or anything, man. You got to be winded. Like,
Yeah. Right. No, and I was gonna say that's in his
And
Japanese.
the chick that played
the
Paprika sucked in the English dub. Like, not Paprika.
right.
She sounded like she did sound like a girlish cartoon. Like, I'm a girl. Or what,
Yeah.
that's right. Is that how they sound?
No, really. Well, and this is 2006 too, when like
Sure.
English dubs weren't.
It was just
good,
like over the top, but like
Yeah.
her scientist, like her real world persona, sounded so bored. Sounded so fucking bored. And it's like it killed it. And when I realized that she was Paprika, like when it finally clicked for me, because it doesn't spell it out for you until later, you know, but I was like, oh, she's fucking a wet noodle, man. Like she's like the least interesting character, but it turns out she's the main character actually.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I liked it though. I liked the juxtaposition between them, and when you watch it again, I think you'll like her
it
more.
Suits. I agree. I
like-
could see it. She grew on me.
I like her.
They all
it's
grew
cool
on me.
because
All the characters were pretty
I like
good.
how subtle. Yeah, I like how subtle her character change is.
Yeah.
Like she's able to kind of get over her own ego, you know, and like focus on what's in front of her, you know. And so
Yeah.
I enjoyed that, but man, you got any Reddits or what?
I bet I do. Yeah.
You want a money minute on top of this thing because it's
Good luck. I don't even know how to.
international money minutes are always kind of hard.
Yeah.
But this is his most popular film, and I highly doubt that like the numbers
No
we have.
way. Is it really?
Yeah. No. American. Yeah, in America. Like not popular in the sense of like this isn't
Following
people. This critics. Yeah, this isn't like fans.
I'd say like
favorite
Perfect Blue
movie.
would be the one.
But-
Yeah, I guess.
Right, of course. Yeah, but this is his most popular film. Stateside here,
Sure.
here, internationally, and it was 2.6 million to make it, and which is a crazy low margin. I'm just like
That sounds
That's-
low. I don't have as good of an understanding for the production cycle of an animation as I do for like obviously like an actual like live action production. Yeah. But that sound, I obviously know this is all like hand drawn and painstaking. So I'm like,
right. And it's a lot of, there's a lot of CG in it too. And so
I noticed, but honestly, in a lot of the few animes I've seen that try to kind of blend CG and anime don't really pull it off as good, but they did a good job in this. Like I felt like it's
solid,
pretty seamless. Like funny. You could tell, but it worked really well.
In anime, it actually has been it's been backwards now. So for me personally, anyways, and honestly, just like CG in 2006, CG for live action was trash garbage. Now it's blended in. 90% of the time you can't even tell that something's CG.
Right.
But it's like back then CG in anime was a lot better than it is now, because now it's like they'll do like so many characters in CG and like so many dynamic movements in CG, where it's like I understand they weren't able to do that movement in 2D because it's just like kind of impossible to draw, essentially, to animate.
Just so much harder. It's like and use the tools. I get it, but it's just
right. I get it, but it's just like it's so glaring.
Good,
I know there's so many, and Netflix just kicks out so many of them that are just like that. Where I'm like, oh, the character is kind of cool, but then it's just like large. It's like every wide shot is completely CG, and it's like, oh.
I know. I was so bummed. Pablo, shout out. I hope you're listening, my dude. To all this month, come do an episode with us, Mr. Anime. But
I know. Come on, he's a bigger weeb than I am.
I know. It's like when he back in the day, like every couple of years, he tries to get me into anime a little bit, and it always takes a little bit more. But I remember years ago, he was like, "Hey, you should try this anime. I think you really like it," because I actually read some of the manga. It was Berserk, right? And so I was like, "Oh hell yeah!" And I started watching one of the Berserk animes. I don't know which one it was, but it was.
I know, right?
It was like they had a lot of 3D in it, and it killed it for me so bad because I didn't. Yeah. It looked like trash, which was too bad because it's like I actually really liked. Obviously, I'm an edgelord, so I liked Berserk, but
yeah.
I don't know. It's cool. I'm glad because I wanna open myself to more anime. I do enjoy it. I feel like we're getting better storylines. Like I've always felt like my issue has always been I want top tier animation because I'm a little picky bitch. I don't want the fucking.
I mean, Studio Ghibli did that though, dude.
They ruined me. Yeah,
they really did.
Studio Ghibli, and then like seeing shit like Akira was like, oh
yeah.
Now that I know that like that's the bar every time,
right?
And obviously a lot of TV shows because it's like when I was coming up, it was like Pokemon and like Naruto, like that's the animes, and then like Toonami, obviously
Dragon Ball,
Dragon Ball, like Gundam.
That's where I got. That's where I really cut my teeth. Is Toonami.
So it's like I was like, oh, this is fine for what it is, and then I would like get into it because I'm like, oh, this is like more adult. Like if we do, we'll do a Studio Ghibli movies probably like next week, but it's just like I remember when I saw Princess Mononoke when I was a kid, and it blew my mind because I was like, holy shit, this is like a pretty mature story, but it's like told through a cartoon. I'd never seen anything like that before at the time, and so it's like I really appreciate that medium because again, we talk about it every time we've done animation or stop motion, where it's like it's not a kid's medium, and that's what I really like about anime. It's like they can really tell some really good stories, but a lot of times a lot of the shows that is just like meant to run like 30 seasons and have like 20,000 spinoffs. It's just like never. So so that's why I can't get into like Evangelion and everything. It's just like I got to start from the beginning, but I don't know how to start. It's been going on for like 40 years, but
no, Evangelion is only 26 episodes.
That's how I feel though.
Like
say with like
or something,
going back to like a lot of them, I'm like I feel weird if I don't know the whole canon. I got to start from the fresh album one, and it's hard. I know.
Yeah, I know.
That's just me.
But says it. So those are just mainly shonens, but anyways, yeah.
Right, and I guess that's where I get the mix up. Right, I didn't understand.
Yeah,
I know now a little bit. The shonen is sort of its own subgenre, essentially.
Thematically. It's just its own.
I didn't know that. I'm a
storyline.
fucking, I liked girls in high school. You know what I mean?
I don't even know. Yeah, right. Well, yeah. Yeah, barely.
Barely. I know. I watched fucking.
Yeah. I know you. Yeah.
artsy fartsy movies on my shitty DVD VHS TV combo. It was like 6 inches.
I know, right? But this movie, to wrap up, Money Minute, it only made it's hard to say because it's like it made $1 million, but that's like it's its theatrical run, and so like, and that was like from what I could find, it was only stateside. So it's like I don't know what it made in Japan, so it's all that. There's a whole bunch of that. He's really popular.
He
I'm
just
sure it
missed
did
the
great.
mark too. Is like, because like these movies aren't really made for the theatrical release. You know what I mean? It's like he kind of missed the trend on like the more access. Like he was there like when it's like because anime is huge here now, and it was obviously huge in 2006, but it wasn't there yet. Like that is like
dude,
Toonami
like
was
K-pop,
thoroughly about, but
K-pop Demon Hunter is like one of the most popular movies right now, and that's
we should do that movie.
Anime
that's not an anime.
It's an anime.
No, it isn't. Have you watched it? I watched it. It's not
Yeah,
an anime.
I watched it. I mean, I would call it an anime.
What
it's
the
like,
fuck?
I don't know.
Okay,
I mean, I guess
I'm
it's
a
kind
noob.
of hard. It's
I'm
like,
the noob.
I don't know.
Apparently,
that's
fucking
what's so hard is, like-
Pixar's an anime now. I don't know.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. It's like it'd be like
Just Japanese
Kung Fu
Pixar.
Panda's not an anime.
I know.
but-
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I know, right? So then I don't know. Then what do you call it? That's what I get. I get bogged down by that all the time. You know,
I don't know.
I'm just like, what do you call it?
I don't know. I'm not a pro, man. I'm the noob. You're the.
I'm not a pro either because
you're
that's-
the pro.
I would call that an anime.
How many anime tattoos do you have on your body? At least one.
I know I do. Oh, actually, I have Astro Boy and I got Skate the Infinity, but I might have another one too. I don't know. Those are the only two I can think of right now.
Fucking.
But I would call it anime, but I guess I'm just kind of maybe being racist too because it's like Asian adjacent. So
Wow.
that can
Yeah.
also be
That
kind
is
of
what
coloring
it
it.
is. Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, I guess I don't know. Yeah, it is more like it's more just like
I watched it.
whatever studio made that Pixar. I loved it. I thought it was great, but
Yeah, it's all right.
it I mean it was all right. It was very
It was cool.
like, I got
the
really
animation
mad because I
style
was like,
is cool. It's really cool.
that's the whole thing. I love the animation style and the acting's amazing. But
it's like-
I kept being like
Is
I kept being like
Across the Spider-Verse.
it's
anime,
written.
You know what I mean?
It's written by. I know. Oh, it is.
It's a
though.
new
I mean,
style.
It is. So right.
No.
That's what I mean. It is, dude. Don't even get me freaking started on that. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is like kind of everything. They do stop motion in it.
I know.
But no, it's like in K-pop, it was written by AI. I have nothing to credit that, but it 100%
Feels
felt
like it. 100%
to cut
feels like
to
it.
cut down on cost. They were like, okay, we have one writer, and he just did it in AI. It was some intern.
Here's the
'Cause
songs.
it's the
melodies.
right, exactly. Yeah,
Write the
we
lyrics
paid a
and then
guy-
connect them with the script.
Yeah, we paid a guy like $2 million to write the songs, and then AI did the rest.
Chat
Yeah,
GBT,
that's how it-
connect these into a somewhat cohesive narrative.
yeah, make this.
please.
Yeah, make this a Netflix number one, number one on Netflix for me.
Anyway, all right, I got one Reddit. I bet you can guess. So our main guy, Clones of People 2, says, first watch, I've seen a bit of anime, but not a lot. This one has been on my radar for a while, so happy to check it out. I enjoyed this, but I did find it confusing. However, it was confusing in a way that makes me want to watch it again. There's a lot of layers, and the film blend of reality and dreams was done so seamlessly that the whole film felt very fluid. I think what confused me was why does the main character have two versions of herself, and the same with the old paraplegic man. Maybe it was just explained and I missed it. I loved the nightmare scenes and the grotesque parade. The visuals of the dolls combined with the score gave it a creepy feel. It really reminded me of the Holy Mountain, which we talk about a weird amount on this podcast. We should just watch it.
I know. Well, we love it. Yeah, but it's like,
I haven't seen
I
it in
totally
years.
can get that too.
Yeah, I can
know,
see
right?
that.
It is, yeah.
Anyway, he goes on to say it might have been the frogs in armor that made him think of that.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Overall, a unique film that I'll remember and revisit again. 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, thanks. I can see all that because it's like I do feel like this is a movie.
Your rewatch, you'll love it. You'll be like, because you already know what to expect, and so you'll
prepped.
actually get to see more of the narrative. Like,
yeah, I'm prepped.
you know,
I
it does,
can
yeah.
understand where it's going. Hopefully, I can get a better performance out of that make me care a little bit more about the characters with the Japanese dub.
You're right. Well, I have to say too, I'm
I don't know.
we here like Akira Kurosawa. We've done a whole Or no, wait, did we do a whole month on him? Or we did?
We did
Did
do
we do
a
like a-
week dedicated to him.
Oh, it was a week
We
dedicated.
should.
to
We
him.
watched a
Okay.
few of it. I mean,
was
we
like,
watched.
well, yeah.
I think we've only watched
know
two
we've
of his movies.
We watched 7 and then High and Low. Did
Yeah,
we
7
watch
Samurai and High and
Ikaru?
Low.
No, we haven't watched Ikaru yet.
No.
Anyways, so we've watched a couple of his films. He's great. We love him. But I love the homage. And that's what this movie is. It's got just countless homages. Some are blatant. Some are like hidden in, like, you know, like that. I love, though, when they take a minute. That's what I love about this movie is like the amount of times they like kind of pause, and it's that's what I mean by pacing. It's just perfect. It's like when he's talking about how to make a film, you know, and they're in the dream world.
like
the dream
that,
world's
yeah.
playing on the TV,
and
or
he's
whatever,
like explaining
on
like
theater.
the
He's
180
explaining, like,
degree
the
rule and everything. Like,
right. He's explaining that, and he's portrayed as Akira Kurosawa.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
who he's supposed to be. It's like he's in his you know, his get up, his whole like classic hat and jacket and glasses and stuff. So yeah, it's like, you know, it's great. I loved it.
good.
And so
yeah.
movie. Thanks for the comment.
It's a lot of
too,
fun. Yeah, thank you. It's a lot of
your
fun.
rewatch you'll like it a lot more.
I think I will enjoy it on rewatch because it's again it's one of those movies where it's like I don't think it did anything wrong, and it's like it was just my expectations, and I didn't love what it did in some aspects, but I think that has more to do with me. So you know what I mean. I appreciate it. I really, if anything, it's just whetted my appetite to watch more anime.
I know.
And I'm talking real anime, not
you're
K-pop
in
Demon
luck.
Hunters.
You're
But-
you're in luck, buddy, because
I
we're
know.
watching more anime.
and more Satoshi Kon, but I feel like I can't put too much of it on the polls now because we've
No,
already watched one is. Because that's the thing, I've been struggling with the demons about what to put on the polls because it's like, do I put the weird stuff or do I put the bangers? You know what I mean? And it's hard to put them against each other. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna probably do one poll that's just some of the Studio Ghibli ones to get them out of the way. I haven't decided if I'm going to do the slightly adjacent ones or if I'm going to do the big dogs.
Well, dude,
We'll see.
you got to put Boy and the Heron on there so I can vote for it.
I
'cause
know.
That's
I know,
That's
I
like
need
the
to
only one
see
I
it.
haven't seen by him, and I want to see it.
I saw like the first 20 minutes, but then my kids were being annoying, and so I never got to finish it. But I really liked it. So, all right. Anyway, so
Yeah.
go. Thanks for listening to this. Paprika's cool. Check it out. I'm sure if you're listening to this, you've already seen it and you think it's cool and you think I'm an idiot and I don't know anything
I know you're
about
right.
anime.
Tell me, no, please come to r/Cold of Knowledge. Come to the YouTube, or Cold of Knowledge. Let us know. Email us at coldofknowledge@gmail. I want to know what's anime. what is it?
Can anyone? I will not search it. I
What-
need to be told.
I know.
What?
Well, I don't-
is-
I'm not gonna
like,
trust
but what's
whatever,
the
like-
parameter, right? Is there?
What
a
is it? Bixby or whatever? What's the AI thing that gives you Cora or something? Whatever. What's that
Gronk,
AI
tell
thing
me.
Yeah, Gronk. Yeah, Gronk's not gonna tell me. Gronk's gonna be like, anime's whatever is like 24 frames a second is like, it's colorful. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like it's not gonna tell me Jack Diddley. I want to know from the human being.
Tell
dude.
me.
I don't want ChatGPT to tell me that I don't know anything about anime.
I am anime.
I've got an anime tattoo. You already said it, man. You already said it.
I'm
Oh, I
gonna
do
go
have.
get
I have
an anime
a
tattoo.
Psyduck. I have a Psyduck tattoo.
That counts. Yeah.
Yeah, that's anime.
Of course.
All right. You see?
What?
Who knows what it is?
No, that's
Like,
obviously anime. Just look at their
but-
pointy faces.
I know. I was gonna say it's like what the big round eyes makes them anime. Like is that? I don't know. I'm just
I
saying.
feel like it has to be. If it's 3D, it has to be 2D projected on a 3D plane, which the ones we said are. That's why K-pop Demon Hunters doesn't count.
What? Nah.
I don't know. Tell me what anime is.
I don't know. Yeah,
'Cause
someone tell me.
next week we're watching the 2022 film Lightyear, or whatever year that came out. Lightyear.
Yeah, right. That sweet anime. Well, that's the thing. I guess it's like I would call those animations.
Yeah,
but I-
Toy
like
Story,
anime,
that classic anime.
I don't know. It's one of those. What's one of those things? It's like I guess it's like that. Like it's like porn. It's like you don't know it until you see it. Like
That's
it's like,
true.
It's like so many things can be porn, but it's like
That's true.
You
But
know.
that's the thing. It's like there's some things that are definitely porn,
yeah.
and then
okay.
there's some things that are just like
there's
depending
your Instagram
depending
page.
on how prude you are, that may or may not be porn. Because
Yeah.
some people are like Catcher in the Rye is porn. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
like, and then some people are like K-pop Demon Hunters is anime. Like idiots.
Oh my God!
I'm just
oh
kidding.
my!
I don't know. I don't know anime.
I know. See, you don't know either. No, but I don't know. I'm gonna stand on that. I'm gonna die on that hill.
Go to
It's
the
anime.
Reddit. Tell us. Come vote on
Please.
whatever anime movie.
Please.
Come educate me specifically. Come vote on whatever movie we watch next week. Get ready. I'm gonna post pretty soon. I mean, we're in September now, so October's right around the corner. I'm gonna post a thing about. I want to hear about everyone's horror movies coming up, so look out for that. YouTube, if you're on the YouTube, hello. My computer flashes sometimes, and I don't know how to fix that yet, but I'm going to. So that's it. Patreon, that's a thing.
Thanks, everybody.
If you want to
that'd
give
be
us money,
so
that'd be
nice.
cool.
That'd be a very nice.
I appreciate it. We pay to keep the things up on the websites and everything, so that'd be good.
Yeah.
All right. So check out next week. Maybe I'll know what anime is by then, but if not, we're watching probably, I don't know, fucking The Princess and the Frog, one of those classic animes.
Yeah, it is. No, yeah.
All right, goodbye.
Well, yeah, maybe by the end of this we'll figure out what anime it
We
is.
won't. I will.
All right. Yeah.
Bye.